Hi, my name is Judy Norman. We're going to be talking about finding our way through the chaos, an educator's guide to navigating the pandemic.
This series includes 5 videos. The topics and the length of each video is listed here.
In video 4, we're going to be discussing the power of attunement, more about co-regulation, and knowing how to grow windows of tolerance. Most of us have many different people in our lives. I want you to think about someone that's special to you, someone that you feel like really understands you. They even laugh at your jokes. They just get you. It's like they feel how you're feeling, and they seem to just know what you need. Notice what happens to you when you think about that person. Many of us probably just felt a sense of calm or relief. When we are feeling felt by another person, that's called attunement.
So what happens when the opposite is true, when someone just isn't attuned? Imagine if the person on the other end of this line just didn't get what he was trying to say or how he felt. His behavior's escalating because he just didn't feel seen or heard. If this is the woman on the other end of the line, she might look something like this because she probably got dysregulated as well.
If I'm feeling dysregulated, the people around me are probably going to get dysregulated also.
However, if I'm regulating, that will also impact another person's nervous system and they might begin to regulate as well.
That's how co-regulation works, and it's all thanks to our mirror neuron system. Here's one more piece of the puzzle, and then we're going to put this all together. Our job as adults supporting the child is to help them expand their window of tolerance. Okay, we're going to put all this together. This is where it gets really fun. Attunement is all about connection. Think of it this way. You walk into a room, somebody you're very close to is there, you've had a rough day, and you look at them and you go, "Whew, I've had a rough day." They look at you and say, "All right, let's go make dinner." How do you feel? You didn't really feel like they were attuned. You didn't really feel like they got you. So what are you going to do? "No, I had a bad day. Did you hear me?" You're going to get bigger. You're going to escalate it because you didn't feel like they really got it. Think about what that means. If someone does attune, you don't have to get bigger. You can stay inside your window of tolerance. So if we can make a point of connecting with people when they come to us, we can both stay in our window of tolerance. If that's not what happens, and I say again, "No, I had a rough day," and I still get, "Okay, time for dinner now," I'm going to get even bigger and be like, "Wait a minute." So at that point, I've gone outside my window. I'm starting to get hyper aroused. The other person is probably going to get hyper aroused as well, because our mirror neurons don't know whether I'm watching it or whether I'm having that experience myself. So my nervous system getting hyper aroused is then going to impact that person, and now we're both hyper aroused. That's not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That other person jumped 2 feet in with me, and now we're both just spinning in hyper arousal. What's the alternative? Well, if they practice 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they might be able to recognize my hyperarousal, recognize theirs, step in with 1 foot and go, "Whoa, I get it. This feels really big." And then what do you think is going to happen? They joined me in my hyperarousal, but used one of the strategies to then bring the intensity down, so we didn't really go far outside the window. We kind of just went to the edge. And here's the really exciting part. Every time we go to the edge of our window and then we come back, or we go to the edge of this window, and then we come back. Through regulation, our window starts to grow. That's how we grow it. Because we have someone with us, sitting with us in that big emotion, and we learn that we can handle it, which makes our window get bigger.
Time to practice our strategies. Let's go back to the first three. Someone's hyperarousal is starting to make me feel hyperaroused. I can take a deep breath. I could say, wow, this feels really intense. I could say, man, my head is just spinning so much. Any of these is going to bring the intensity down and show them that I get what they're experiencing, and it's keeping me one foot in and one foot out. So I'm supporting both of us in regulation. Maybe in this situation, if I notice they haven't turned their assignment in, I could say, man, I wonder if not having your assignment to turn in is just one more thing you feel like you need to worry about. We're going to learn two new ones. The first one's called Be Real About How You Feel. This is going to sound very similar to Name It to Tame It. The difference here is that the focus is on you being authentic. Remember that when you are incongruent, you become a threat. Let's practice this with someone in hypoarousal. They're laying on their desk and they're not finishing their assignment. Wow, this is taking so long that I am having a hard time even paying attention. I feel like maybe I need to move my body. Connect and redirect is all about making sure that we're using attunement to connect with someone first before we then ask them to do something different. If someone just wants to give up on their work and put their head down, I can say, wow, I get that this feels really hard. I wonder what we can do. Practice a couple of these, focusing on staying attuned to yourself and others. Think about self-regulation as a way to grow your own window of tolerance, and co-regulation as a way to support the growth of others' window of tolerance.